in politics. According to a new book about the Trump White House, President Trump complained that his national security team wasn't loyal enough to him, saying, quote, "Why can't you be like the German generals in World War II?" Yeah, that's right. Fox News was out there every day like, these liberals are so over the top, always comparing Trump to Hitler. Meanwhile, Trump was going, why won't people treat me more like Hitler? Why not? Why not? And it actually got even more alarming than that. Later in the same meeting, he told his generals to find the Ark of the Covenant before Indiana Jones got his hands on it. No, I'm joking, but that's not even the real story. So this is the crazy part. After Trump went off about how his generals should be as loyal as Hitler's were, General Kelly's response to him was, you do know that they tried to kill Hitler 3 times and almost pulled it off. And I don't know why, but I feel like that information didn't change Trump's opinion of the German generals. Like knowing Trump, he was probably like, those losers tried to kill Hitler 3 times and they choked like a dog. Like a dog. Couldn't get it done. You know who was able to kill Hitler in the first try? Hitler. It's called leadership, people. Leadership. But anyway, let's move on to some of the bigger news stories of the day. Starting off with President Joe Biden, who had himself one hell of a weekend. First of all, he finally tested negative again for COVID and was allowed to leave quarantine for the first time in 18 days. Yeah, so he's back and as good as new, or whatever he was when he went in. And 18 days is a long time in quarantine, but I'm sure he'll get right back into the swing of things, you know? Because, yeah, being president is a lot like, you know, riding a bike. Oh, Joe, don't do it! Don't do it! So, the good news for Biden is that he's out of quarantine. And even more good news for Biden is that he's now in the history books.
The historic vote in the Senate.
Major victory tonight for the Democrats and for our planet.
This morning, Democrats triumphant.
Every member of my caucus is elated about what happened because we've changed the world in a way that you rarely get an opportunity to do that.
Passing a sweeping climate, healthcare, and economic package after 22 straight hours of dusk to dawn work over the weekend. Vice President Kamala Harris casting the tie-breaking vote for Democrats to pass the bill, which boasts climate spending and billions in energy investments. Also reducing prices of prescription drugs by letting Medicare negotiate directly with pharmaceutical companies.
A major legislative victory for Democrats in Congress and for the Biden White House. Suddenly, he is one of the most consequential legislative presidents since LBJ in his first 2 years in office.
Yeah, don't look now, people, but all of a sudden, Sleepy Joe has himself a pretty fat stack of accomplishments. Yeah, in just the past few weeks, he'll have done lower prescription drug prices, the biggest investment in green energy ever, healthcare for veterans exposed to burn pits, investment in computer chip production, and he kept the leader of Al-Qaeda while he was sunbathing. Think about it. This is insane. You realize what this means? If he keeps this up, his approval rating is going to shoot all the way up to like 39%. And he did all of this with COVID. I bet right now the White House doctors are trying to figure out how to give COVID back to the president again. Come on, guys. If we're getting infected, maybe he'll end the war in Ukraine. And by the way, I know this is weird, but have you noticed that Joe Biden seems to be the most successful whenever he disappears? No, I know it's weird, but like during the campaign, right? He went and he hid in the basement, and nobody saw him for months. Everyone was like, "Where's Joe Biden? Where's Joe Biden?" And then out of nowhere, they announced that he was the president. Yeah, remember? He even came out on election night and was just like, "Wait, really? Okay, yeah, I guess." What? Me? Then now, gas prices crazy, Congress stuck, inflation wild. Joe Biden gets COVID, disappears into the basement again. And then when he comes out, they tell him that not only is he still the president, he is now one of the greatest presidents in the history of presidents. Gas prices went down, Congress is getting things done, the Choco Taco is coming back from the dead. So I don't know what's in that basement, but whatever it is, it's working. In fact, I want that basement to be president. Basement 2024.